Hey y'all, welcome to Clove Room. We are back in the Project Pan game. We're doing it, y'all. We are a past Project Pan failure. We've tried a couple of times. We made a whole video about how we failed years ago. But this year we're a panner. This year we're doing it here at Clove Room. Pan Room. Called Pan Room now. I am really nervous, actually, but excited to launch my rolling project tin pan for 2026. In my brain, and I think in past content, I've sworn off ever trying to do a project pan again. It's interesting because I'm actually pretty good, I think, at using my makeup. I usually have a decent number of makeup empties, but the admin and organization of these types of projects is where I usually fail. But as we ring in a new year, and if you haven't seen my beauty intentions video for 2026, you should go watch that. I think even in that video, I say I'm not doing any long-term projects this year. As I was editing that video, I was like, I really want to have more makeup empties this year. In December, I kind of did a private project pan. Like there was a few products that I wanted to try to get a lot of use out of in December. I didn't succeed in all of them, but in the main one I wanted to, I did use up Phytosurgeon's Condensate because that was like kind of like my sprint pan for December. Just thinking about that and how I kind of enjoyed that project in December that, again, I did on my own. I didn't do any content about it. And thinking about that, I was like, you know what? I'm trying to make a commitment to post regularly. I obviously want to use up more makeup, and I enjoyed that little experiment I did in December. So why not do a project pan? Like, why not now? Why not me? Why not little old me? Here's how this is gonna work. I'm gonna do my best to upload monthly check-ins. I think that's pretty standard in Project Pan world. I at least want to do a first month check-in, and then maybe I'll decide I just want to check in like every couple of months. We'll see. I'm gonna give myself a lot of grace because as I have learned in past projects, I get bored easily and I'm bad at admin. So to try to combat that, I am doing a rolling project tin pan. So as I understand it, rolling project tin pan is you have 10 products throughout the year that you have different goals on. I know some people do like usage goals of like trying to get like maybe 20 uses on each project. The curse every time I do project pan content is that I get product and project confused the entire video, and I really hope we can let go of that in 2026, but it looks like we may not be able to. When you reach your usage goal, when you reach your, like if you wanted to get a pan in it or if you wanted to use it up, then you roll in a new product, and you have 10 products throughout the year that you are trying to get use out of. I am taking that and I'm making it even looser. So I do have a specific goal for each product in this. However, I am giving myself full grace, full freedom. If I want to roll something out because I'm sick of it, I'm going to. This is not, we're not going to hate pan. I just don't hate pan. If I really want to use a product up and maybe it's not my favorite, I'll do that. But hate pan is not for me. Makeup is my happy place, and I really love using makeup, and a lot of the different steps around makeup make me really happy. So if at any point throughout this project these products stop serving me, I'm just going to roll them out even if I haven't hit my goal, is how I'm going to operate. And I'm going to operate with a lot of freedom around that. So if every month I want to roll in 10 more products and roll out all of the previous products, I have the freedom to do that. I need that freedom and kind of latitude, I think, to make myself enjoy this project. And maybe having that freedom will mean that I actually won't do that. I'll keep all the products in for like my kind of self-imposed rules. But if I don't, that's also fine. I'm just trying to do an actual project pan for a year. Like that's the goal. The goal is to engage with this project for a year. So everything's very fluid, very flexible. I have specific goals for each there it is again. I have specific goals for each product, and once I hit that goal, I can roll it out for something new. Or I can keep it in. Like maybe if I'm like, nah, I want to keep tracking it. Whatever. I also am not, I have a kitchen scale, but I'm not weighing anything. I'm not tracking like I don't have a notebook where I track makeup uses. Honestly, blown away by the people that do. Like some of the content I watch, the data y'all have. It's like honestly like very, very cool. Like but I just can't and I won't, quite frankly. These are my 10 initial products. I am really excited. I have B-roll I'm going to show, I think, month to month to track like the progress. I'm excited. Like we'll see what happens. Maybe this time. I feel like Sally Bowles in Cabaret when she's singing maybe this time. It's like, that's how I feel about project panning, and also about love. actually. So I kind of just relate to that song at face value too. Maybe this time I'll be lucky. Maybe this time I'll win. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Cam. I love to talk about beauty, but in a more intentional way. I post a lot of content where I talk about my relationship with buying makeup, with using makeup. I also post like reviews, empties, kind of classic beauty YouTube stuff too, but all from like more of a conscious consumption lens, which is why I'm so excited to hopefully finally engage in a successful project pan, because I mean, project panning is a whole tentpole of conscious consumerism beauty YouTube, I think. So if you end up enjoying this video, I would love to have you subscribe, and please give it a like if you do enjoy it. That would help me out a lot. Alright, first product is this, the Trixie Cosmetics First Base Priming Spray. This product was actually gifted to me by Tom. They sent me a few Trixie Cosmetics products for my birthday, and this was definitely one of the highlights of what they sent. I didn't know how I would feel about a priming spray because it sounds to me like a product that's not going to do anything. But I really, really like this product. It's actually fabulous. It just gives your skin a really beautiful blur. Makeup lays perfectly fine over it, but it just... And I think I'm guessing it has niacinamide in it is probably how it does that. But it just kind of instantly makes your face just like a little bit more blurred out and a little bit more perfected. So I really do enjoy this product, and I'm not trying to rush it out of my collection. Like, I'm not used to using a spray primer. I'm used to using like a skincare spray for my skin prep, but a priming mist is not something I'm really akin to having in my makeup routine. I really enjoyed this product and I want to get the use out of it. So my goal is to finish this in this project. I feel like if I like start using it more consistently, I could use it up in like 6 months, maybe? Because I love a spray step. But what I have found from this is that with setting sprays, I really, really like to go ham and like use a bunch, because it's funny. Tom also gave me the Trixie Cosmetics setting spray, and I do not like that product nearly as much as I like the priming spray, but I've actually used up significantly more of the setting spray. One, because I use less, and two, I just use the setting spray more. Because, again, I'm used to using a setting spray at the end of my makeup routine. I'm not used to using a priming mist at the beginning. So I just want to make sure I'm getting the use out of this product because I think it's really, really nice, and I don't want it to like languish or anything. That is one I want to have in here until I'm finished with it. Next is a tandem product. We're counting these two products as one product because I said so. These are my Glossier stretch concealers. I think I actually said I've kind of moved past these in recent content. And I kind of have, but I used them the other day and I was like, ooh, they actually look really, really nice. Especially like my skin's been very, very dry, and I kind of forgot that I like to use these most as all over skin tint, tinted moisturizer, like coverage foundation type vibes when my skin is super, super dry. And they lay pretty well on stubble, like not the best, but not the worst. So I used them that one day and I was like, oh, they actually look really nice. And then I kind of realized if I don't use them now in the winter, I'm not going to use these the rest of the year until it gets cold again. I thought these would be a really great complexion product to put in the project. I am just counting them as one product. The thing is, like, I was like, which one should I put in? Neither of these are my perfect shade. I have Very Light 2 and Very Light 4. Very Light 4 is a little dark. Very Light 2 is a little light. So I usually use them in tandem, which is why I'm counting them as one product. I just want to get like a lot of use out of these. I don't think it'd be something I would declutter, and I don't think I've had the stretch concealer before and it lasts a good bit, so I don't think I'm worried about it going off. I'm just worried about it languishing when I could actually use it, which is really the winter. So I think my goal is just to get use out of these. I mean, if I hit pan, that would be great in like the pots or one of the pots, that would be fine. I do think I have more of a dip in Very Light 2 because it's like a clean like kind of dip, and Very Light 4, it's weird. It's like there's a dip, but then it like kind of like levels off. And I don't really know how that happened, to be honest. I think this is something I'm just going to keep in for the colder months and maybe switch it out in March or April. But I just hope by then I have significantly more use in them. I don't really have a very clear-cut goal with these. I just want to make sure I am using them. Okay, next is the Merit Blush, and this is a mini size in the shade Bespoke. One of my good friends gave this to me. She was decluttering them. I think she buys the mini set from Merit every year, but this was just a shade she said was a little deep on her. I don't like Merit. Just like I never have, probably never will. They just rub me the wrong way for a lot of reasons. And I don't particularly like this blush. Actually, I think it's fine. Like, it's fine. I don't know. A perfectly average formula. I wish it was a little bit more pigmented. I wish it was a little less dewy. I wish it stuck around for a little bit longer. This color though, this color is really, really nice. I have it on, but I have like 2 powder blushes over it, so you really can't get a good sense of the color. I'll actually swatch this one. Like, it's just a really nice, I mean, desaturated brownie pink. Can you believe I would like that color? So when I was thinking of a cream blush I could put in this project, I thought this would be a good one. There's not very much product in here. It's only 4.5 grams of product. I use a good bit every time I use it because it is so lightly pigmented. And this is the type of shade I would get the most use out of in the winter. I think I want to completely pan this one. I think I want to completely use it up. I don't know what that's going to look like. I think there's like a pinwheel or something at the bottom of this. I am not very precious about calling it empty. There are certain things I will like depot once I like, you know, it gets like once it gets flushed to the packaging and it's actually hard to get out of the tube or the component. I will depot if I really, really enjoy that product. This, like, I don't really see being one of those. Like, if I'm still able to get product out of it with a brush, I think I would continue to use it. So I'm not even sure what I would call this, but I think I want to completely, like, empty this in this project. And I don't think it would take that much. I just would need to be using it, like, a lot. So I think it could be, like, 4 or 5 months. Because I have already used this, like, a lot and, like, really flattened the dome. And I guess it's more of just a matter of, like, how much product is left in the component. All right, next I have the Rituel Rare Light Cream Luminizer in the shade Icebow. I have a really, really good dip going in this, and just like in general, creams are like so much easier to hit pan on than powders, like so much easier. Because there's definitely been stretches in my time with this product that I have used it a lot, but it's not something I've used like a ton. Like there's other powder products we're gonna talk about, one specifically that I'm staring down, that I have used way more than this, and I'm like barely close to hitting a pan on it. This is more akin to how I feel about the Glossier Stretch Concealer. I do quite like this product, but it struggles to get a spot in my routine. Like, I forget about it a lot. I pick other things in my collection over it a lot. And it's odd because I really do like the formula, and I think the color is very pretty. I just, like, never reach for it, honestly, unless I'm really making myself, which is what I'm trying to do with this project. And it's not like a hate pan, because I really like it. It's just I'm always like, I'll use something else. This color specifically, it's like a very icy taupey hint of lavender color, is really only something I'm going to use in the colder months in the winter. So I think my goal is kind of similar to the Stretch Concealer, like I was saying. Maybe I'll just roll it out whenever it's not really in season anymore for my makeup usage. I know some people don't really have like different preferences during the seasons throughout the year. I 1000% do. I switch up how I do my makeup for the seasons. I really do. Both the colors I use and even just like the finish I want on my skin, the techniques I use. This is something that I just know if I don't use it in the winter, I'm really worried it's going to go bad throughout the rest of the year, because Rituel I feel like is a clean brand and it smells so good. So I'm going to be really sad when it doesn't smell good anymore. It smells like lavender. It's beautiful. Yeah, it's a product I really like. I think I'm just going to roll it out when I hit pan on it. And I think that should not be too hard. I feel like if I like actually really put my mind to it and use this all the time, I could hit it in like a month or 2. I don't think it's going to be that hard because the pan's already like pretty dug into. The next one I feel like is one of the more challenging asks of this project that I have, and I'm putting in my Westman Atelier Duo. I am only at this point, however, panning the contour side, the shade Biscuit. I have a little bit of a dip going in this, and what I cannot tell is, and I haven't really seen anybody else pan this, I do watch a good bit of project pan content. I'll link my favorite panners below. 2 things could be true. I feel like this pan could be pretty shallow and it wouldn't be as hard as I think it's going to be to hit pan. Do I even have a baby pan in there right now? No, it's just a piece of fuzz. I'm delusional. Or it's going to be incredibly hard to hit pan, and I think I'm kind of thinking it's going to be hard to hit pan in this one. I don't use this a ton, but when I get into the habit of using it, I use it a lot, if that makes sense. And that's why there is a little bit of a dent in it. It's kind of hard to see. You kind of have to tilt your head a certain way, but there's a little bit of a dent in here for the Biscuit shade. And I see what I think are like you know how sometimes pans have like raised lines in them. I see a couple of those. That could still mean it's gonna take a while though. And this product is pretty pigmented, so I really don't use a lot, and it's pretty tightly packed. So it's pretty firmly pressed. We'll see. I just want to hit pan on this. I'm not trying, I mean, I don't think I could use this up within a year, but I am just trying to hit pan on it. That's my goal. And if I do that, I will be giddy. Just absolutely giddy. The next product is my mortal enemy. I don't know how else to say it besides that. It is the reason for the season, the target for the project, the thorn in my side, my silly rabbit. Like, it's everything. It's a Mcgrath Fleurtacious. Like, some of these I've had to lift up and make sure I got the shade name right. I don't have to lift this product up. I know exactly who she is. Every project pan I've done, this product has been in. I have used this, let me look. I'm almost sure this is true though. Yeah, for sure. I have used this product way more than any other product in this project. The way a pan eludes me in it, like, it hurts to talk about. How have I not hit pan on this yet? All I want to do is hit pan. I'm not trying to use it. I know I could not use this up in a year. I don't think you could use this up in a decade. If you've ever used up a Pat McGrath powder blush, were you bathing in it? Were you using it as like were you a desaturated pink Elphaba on Broadway? I don't know how you would use this up. I have started to see like a little bit of a ring, but I like have watched enough panners to know that doesn't really mean much. Especially because this is the most firmly pressed product I have ever encountered. I'm not convinced, even if this stays in the project throughout the entire year, because this is a product I can use pretty much every season as like just like something to set other cream blushes. It doesn't have like a ton of pigment. It just adds like a little bit of like a warmy pink really with my skin tone. I do have I did, since I was using a lot of these products today, I did use like Petal on my apples of my cheeks, the Westman Atelier powder. But I set the Merit Cream Blush with like a good amount of Fleurtatious. I don't have faith that I'll be able to hit pan on this. If I do, think of something for me to do to celebrate in the comments. Please, like, what would you like for us to do as a community to celebrate the defeat of Fleurtatious? The rest of these I will roll out at my discretion. We will not roll that one out. That one is always rolled in. Even when I'm not doing a project pan, I'm like, die Fleurtatious. Definitely don't have a chip on my shoulder about that product. Next, the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes Neutrals palette. I love this palette, however, I don't have a pan in it, which is really surprising. I have a couple of pans, and I even pretty much used up a shade in my Viseart Neutral Mattes palette. This is my other most used neutral matte eyeshadow palette. I really enjoy this product, and I get natural and organic use out of it. However, I have noticed I kind of lean more toward my Viseart shades, or more toward the Bella Beauté Bar Unoriginal Nudes palette, which isn't an all matte palette, but it does have a lot of neutral mattes in it. I just want to make sure I am continuing to get the use out of this, and I just want pans on it. Like, it's a product that I feel like I should have pans in. As you will see, I have a lot of like good dents going in shades. I don't even really know what the first pan is going to be. I'm guessing in either one of the lighter shades, or there's like a pinky shade that like has been flirting with a pan for a while. But even in some of the deeper shades, I like really concentrate where I put my brush, because I know I've used those a lot, so it could really be any of those. I'm interested to track this one especially. I don't want to rotate this one out until I have like at least a couple of pans. Yeah, let's say like 2 pans. This one is one that's flirting. Well, Mcgrath Fleurtacious is not even a hate pan. It's like a lust pan. I don't even know what's going on there with me in that blush. But this is like the one that's most akin to a hate pan. I will say it's flirting with a hate pan. This is the Makeup by Mario Brown Eyeliner. As you know, if you've watched my channel before, if you haven't, I will tell you, I love the Westman Atelier eye pencil in brown. Cold Brun, actually, because it's an Atelier. However, this is the brown eye pencil I had before I got that one. And I don't like the Makeup by Mario one nearly as much. It's not nearly as creamy, not nearly as blendable, just not as good of a fit for me. I don't think it's a bad eyeliner, but for me it's not a great or even good eyeliner. However, I can still get use out of it by putting it in my waterline. I often forget though, because I'm so into just using the Westman Atelier one. Even though the Makeup by Mario probably lasts longer in there, but the Westman Atelier one just applies so easily, and I do kind of have sensitive eyes. This one has just kind of been languishing in my collection a while, and I tightline my eyes at least 4 times a week. A few months ago, I was like, I'm just going to keep this out so I can tightline with it. I never do that, and I'm hoping that by putting it in this project, I'll actually do it. I kind of want to keep this one in until I use it up. I'm scared that's going to take the entire year, if not longer. I am a big believer in these type of products. I am a big believer in these types of projects that you need a gimme product. And I found mine. It's the e.l.f. lip pencil in Mauve. It's basically done. It's basically almost an empty. However, I will say it is worth putting in because I forget to use it a lot because it's so teeny tiny. So I'm hoping this will be one I can just knock out in like a month or two. I'll actually remember to use it because it's part of this project. Last product in my rolling project hidden pan is the Glossier Ultralip in the shade Pony. I actually completely panned another shade of the Ultralip, I think in a project pan. It was the shade Trench, which I kind of miss that product actually. But I really love Pony. I almost decluttered it before, but I'm so glad I didn't because it is just like a perfect wash of like moisturized lip color on me. These are very pigmented, so I just tap them on, but I already have a lot of use on this one. I just kind of need to kill it. It's not as much of a gimme as the e.l.f. lip liner. I think this one will take me a lot longer. I could see this taking like 3 or 4 months, honestly. There's not like a ton of product left. I just don't use that much product when I apply it because it is quite pigmented and I don't like a thick layer of this product. I just like to tap it over lip liner. Something like the Mauve from e.l.f. That's the combo I'm wearing today and I think it looks really nice. So that's one that I want to keep in until I completely use it up. And that's my rolling project tin pan. That's the intro video. I'm really excited. I am dedicated to getting this product. I'm definitely dedicated to getting this project done this year and to being a successful project panner, something that has eluded me for far too long. Just like a pan, I'm flirtatious. Just like a pan, I'm flirtatious. Thank y'all so much for being here. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Give it a like if you did. It helps me a lot in the wild, wild west of the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe if you want to see future content. Hype if you must. We're gonna be okay. Bye, y'all.